anxiety. And I'm at that weird point where I can't do anything because, like, I'm anxious because I have plans, so I have to, like, go do something. But, like, I'm anxious about the thing that I have to go do. But because I have, like, it scheduled at a specific time, I can't do anything until I do that thing. And I'm not having a good time. It's not fun. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, I'm going to dinner with my coworkers. Luckily, Austin is coming with me, or else I wouldn't be going. But we are having like a after tax season company dinner, which will be fun, she says, in hopes of a decent time. We're going to Pastini though, so I'm gonna get some pasta. I'm not excited. If I didn't have a boyfriend who's like, yeah, we should totally go to that, that sounds like a good time, I would not be doing this. And it starts in 6 minutes and Austin's late, so it's only adding cherry on top of the stress ball that I've become. Anyway, I have a lot of things. This is my, like, current reads TBR. We don't need to talk about it. I'm reading a lot of things right now. I'll properly intro this vlog later. Okay, bye. Hello, I look a little rough. I've been cleaning all day. I took a mental health day off, had a late start because I wasn't feeling great, and now I've been cleaning on and off. But I finally decided to start a new book. I did finish The Legend of the Golden Raven, I think. Hey, no need to do that. So I finished that this morning and I gave it 4 stars. It was good. It was very short, concise. I liked the story and like everything going on. I liked the characters. Physically, like ebook reading, so much better than audio. So yeah, I finished that, and I know that I really need to finish Light from Uncommon Stars, but I truly don't understand what is happening and what it's about, and I'm just not intrigued. I'm not really engaged. All I know is that we've got a space woman who sells donuts, who's also like in deal with the devil to give souls of music prodigies. I don't know. I really don't know. I will finish it probably tomorrow at work, but until then, I have decided to start my next audiobook, which is Bow Down to the Elf Queen. This is by M.L. something, I think. Let me... Not goof. Good. By J.M. Curl. And I'm on chapter 5, and I highly recommend the audiobook if you're gonna read this. I don't know how I feel about it just yet, but I'm loving the audio experience. In this, we are following a elf girl who, in the prologue, her parents, I'm assuming, die because the king's like, yes, this elf woman, or this elf baby is going to have powers and is going to help the kingdom. So when she's of age, she's going to marry my son, and I'm going to take care of her, and I'm going to raise her to be like magic so that she can basically be a weapon for the kingdom. And the parents are like, no. And then they help her escape. I think it costs them their lives. And she's been living among the humans ever since, until now, when the prince, now maybe king, has come to find his bride and marry his wife. So it's an arranged but yet forced marriage. We are on the part of like establishing her, and then very quickly then being together on a carriage ride to the kingdom, I guess. And it sounds like there's going to be some danger, and I have no clue where this is going because I have not read the synopsis, and I truly picked this up on a complete whim because it was available on Hoopla, like, without using any of the monthly borrowed allotments. So I was like, sure, I'll try it out. And the way that they narrate this. So I just think it's just 2 narrators, but the way that it's done is that in her chapters, her perspective he still speaks his lines. And I love that. And I really wish that more books did that, because it really helps distinguish, like, who is who. He does the voice for all the men parts. She does the voice for the girl parts. It's great. They just said chapter 5 in unison. And that really did something for me. So yeah, it's going good. I'm excited. It's so far like a much lighter, easy to listen to read while I am cleaning the house and getting ready to wind down. I just kind of want to sleep, but that's kind of what's been going on. Austin is going out tonight, so I will actually be hanging out and reading, and I'm going to pick up The Helm of Midnight finally. I have until 7 p.m. tomorrow to finish this. I don't know if I'll do it, but I am excited to get like a good chunk done with this, because I want to be in the world again. I really love this book. So yes, this is tonight's plan, but I'm also listening to Bow Down to the Elf Queen Bow Before the Elf Queen. But yeah, I'm going to continue doing that whilst I read, and I will probably finish it tomorrow at work as well. So yeah, that's everything. Okay, I'm so tired. Hi. Hello. Hi. I haven't vlogged in a while, and there's like a lot of vlogs going on this month because there's Escape the Readathon happening. Later there is 72 Hours in the Smut Den happening. Asian Readathon is happening. There's just a lot happening this month, and so I haven't been able to like properly sit down and chat with my normal vlog. But I've read a lot of books, and I haven't talked about a lot of books. So we're gonna rapid fire chit chat about the 5 books that I've read so far. Not connected to everything going on, but I'm so sorry. You look so grumpy. But anyway, I've read a few books for my mood reads in between. So here we are. Let's talk really quick, rapid fire. I read the sequel and finale to Strange the Dreamer. I read Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I gave it a 3-star. I can't speak a lot because this is, the sequel, but I will say that I had similar issues to this one as I did the first one. It does not work for me as just an audiobook. This is something that I need to read physically or mixed media, but I cannot do it just audibly. I just cannot focus enough. I did like the second one more than the first, and I was able to focus a bit better, but I definitely need to revisit this series in a couple of years and give it a fair shot again. So I read that. The next one that I read was Hellbent. This is the sequel to Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. It was an experience. I did like this one more than the first one. It was less traumatizing, which is always, a plus. I liked the ending and where that went. I really was just in this for Darlington. He's the only reason that I care. And so now that he is in the story, I was like, heck yeah, this is great. Oh, big yawn. So that was fantastic. I love him. I'm intrigued to see... I don't know. I'm very mixed on if I want to continue with the series or not. Like, it ended in a spot where I'm like, cool, Darlington is secured. The goods are secured, and I don't know if I care enough to continue with it. I'm gonna be honest. It was really long, a little bit drawn out, and I definitely think that it could have been shorter, more concise. I didn't love all of it, but I didn't hate anything in particular. It didn't feel quite as dark academia as the first book, though, either, because it was less focused on the secret societies, like they're going to hell and stuff, so it was fine. I like the ending, but I don't know if I like the ending enough to really continue. I wasn't expecting that element of supernatural to be in it, but yeah. What did I end up rating it? Probably a 3. It was a 3. The other one that I want to discuss is that I read the sequel. Wow, a lot of sequels. Great. It's only going to continue. This is the vlog of sequels, apparently. Good for me. Finishing series. I read the 1.5 book to The Wicker King by Kay Ankrum. I like this a lot more than The Wicker King. Yikes, I know. It's really short. It's from Jack's perspective, where you're going back and forth between reality and his hallucination fantasy world. And I really enjoyed like the fairy tale vibe of it. I thought that was really interesting and good, but also you are seeing Jack go through this experience, which is kind of heartbreaking. If you've read The Wicker King, you know what's going on with Jack. But I really enjoyed this overall. Was it necessary? No. But it was also like 44 pages or something, so like I'm not going to complain. It was a very quick read. The shortest book I will probably read all year, so I read that. I gave it 4 stars. And then I finished the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I finished Origin and Opposition earlier this month. Like, it was the first things that I had finished. So I've wrapped up that series. I have saved the 0.5 book Shadows, mainly because I don't really care about Dawson and Bethany. That's like the siblings, or the sibling and the sibling's girlfriend. And I just don't really care about them, and like I don't need a prequel to all of this because I feel like it's going to be very similar to what happened in the actual series. The 4th book, Origin, felt a lot like the 2nd book, which was so, but I like that in Opposition it wrapped everything up in a nice little bow. Happy Ever After. I love these books, not these books specifically, but I've noticed that a lot of the fantasy romance that I've been interested in have been Happy Ever After guaranteed, even though it's like dark and there's murder and horrible content warnings, and I'm like, heck yeah, we're here for Happily Ever Afters. I love that. But yeah, I finished the series. It went as expected. It is my 2010s era trash romance for teens, and I had a great time with it. I gave them both 4 stars. I think I've given all the books in the series 4 stars, and it was just a good time. So, boom. Rapid update on all of the things that I've been reading is complete. What's going on with me, you might ask? I will soon be reading the Literally Dead book club pick. Oh, did I talk about Pinata? I forgot about Pinata. I read Pinata as well for Sav's book club, the Lights Out book club. That live show is the 28th, I believe, and I'm excited. I liked Pinata. It was not what I was expecting going into it, so my expectations were definitely more possession spooky than it was actually, but I did enjoy the conversations that it had. I liked the focus on Mexican Americans, Mexico, immigration, all of that stuff. I actually really enjoyed those conversations. It felt a little bit long and not quite as scary as I wanted it to be, but I had an overall great time with it. The audiobook was also pretty good. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that reading sprint just scared me. So yeah, I read Pinata as well, and I gave it 4 stars. Lots of like 4 stars this month. It's like going pretty good for me, I'm gonna admit. It's going good. But I will be reading Whisper Down the Lane, I believe tomorrow at work. I have like a fun, fancy little BNI thing tomorrow morning before work, which I am getting paid to go, which is really exciting. But basically it's marketing for my company. Why am I the face? I don't know. I'm hoping my coworker is going with me because he's like, you know, he's a tax preparer. He helps with the bookkeeping. He's like a professional. He's like, you know, in the industry more. And then there's me, little like baby bookkeeper, like, hi, here's some business cards. We do bookkeeping. So I'm a little nervous. But I'm trying not to think about it, but I also can't not think about it because I will forget and then I won't get up early to do it. You know, there's a lot of layers going on right now, but it's been a very, very busy, crazy month and I'm having the time of my life. So that's my update. I will check in with you guys probably tomorrow. I've been filming and editing a bunch today. We're gonna walk the dogs later. I have so much b-roll for this vlog, so I don't want to chat too long and like make this an hour-long video of mostly b-roll. That's not the goal. But yes, that's what's going on with me. I will check in with you guys most likely tomorrow, and yeah, we'll go from there, you know? Cool. Bye! Hi. It's been a while again. I'm having a vlog issue where I'm just not being consistent enough with it. But with that said, I took the day off of work, a bit of a mental health day, a bit of I just needed a longer weekend kind of day. It's Monday. But over the weekend, I had a great weekend. It was very long. It was very fun for me. So Saturday night, I started this book, this beautiful, wonderful book. Oh my god. So we're gonna gush about this for the next few minutes. But I started this 10 p.m. Saturday night. I picked it up, I was listening with the audiobook, and I was texting Eliza the entire time with every thought that I had. And I went to bed around 4 in the morning. I picked it back up around 9 in the morning Sunday, and then I finished it by 1 p.m. So I binged this in like 10 hours. I like woke up Sunday morning and was trying to sleep in, but I couldn't stop thinking about picking this back up, which is rare for me. I don't often want to continue reading books. Like, I pick up a book, if I don't finish it in the next, like, same day or next day, it takes me forever to pick it back up and get back into it because I'm just constantly starting books. It's just something about me. I'm not sure if it's the ADHD that's undiagnosed or if it's something else. Maybe commitment issues. I don't know. I need a therapist. We'll figure it out. But when everyone says that there is crack within these pages, it's so true because this book is so cringy. Like, it's really cringy. But I could not put it down. I did not want to stop reading it. I love Zandon with my whole chest. I love him. He's maybe my favorite fictional man of the year. So that's great for me. He's wonderful. What is this about? This is basically following our main character. I only remember men's name, Violet. Oh yes. This is following our main character Violet, who is the daughter of, like, not quite the tippy top, not quite the, like, king or head of the military, but, like, pretty close up there. And she's following the path of her older siblings and going to the academy to become a dragon rider. Dragons play a very large role in this, and I love the dragons so much. They have personality and they're very cool, and I love the whole dragons part. But she joins the academy against her will. She was planning to be a scribe her whole life, and after the passing of her brother and her father, her mom's like, yeah, no, you're gonna be a dragon rider just like the rest of us. Sucks to suck. And you're basically just following her through the competition, through the training, and those are two of my biggest buzzwords. I recently uploaded my video talking about things that my favorite books have in common, or like my 5-star reads have in common, and training montages and tournaments were both in there, and that is most of this book. That's like the full first half of this book, and I loved it. And then the second half of the book is the more political side of this school, and then continuing, like, she's like, it's a full year of the academy, so it's from like the hazing, if you will, like getting into the school, being accepted, not dying, and then the rest of the school year, which you could still die at any point. People are constantly dying. It's insane. I didn't really expect the author to go there a lot of the times, but she really did. Like, the second someone would be introduced, they would die, and I'm like, you did that on purpose, but I saw it coming. You start getting used to the pattern. But there was one death that really hurt me a lot. This book has wonderful characters. I actually really enjoyed every character in it, even like the bad characters, because you're just watching this all happen and you hate them with a passion. Like, I rarely hate characters. I recently did a tag where one of the things was like a fictional character you would kill, and I was like, I don't really have any. Now I do. Jack, you got what's coming to him, but it's just one of those things. I saw a TikTok and it was like, da 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 da, get fucking wrecked, and that was about this book, and I was like, that's the fucking mood. I'm so excited. I've already pre-ordered the sequel. Apparently this is gonna be 5 books though, which is like kind of intimidating, but like, it's okay. I will read this over and over again. This is like a new favorite read. I've added it to my Goodreads favorite shelves. I just love the romance. Definitely smuttier than I was expecting, but it didn't make me cringe as much as like the rest of the book. It's pretty cringy. But I really enjoyed this. I really love the characters. I really love her relationship with Xander and all of that playing out. It is enemies to lovers, so you see it the second he's introduced to the page. But I just really liked how they all interacted. I had a few predictions and I thought they were going to come true, and then they didn't, which I was really happy about them not coming true. It was just a great experience, and I think also just like being able to, in the moment live, text Eliza to be like, ah, the whole time. It's just a good experience. I love buddy reading with my friends. It's so fun. If you haven't picked this up and you are interested, Reading with Merb has a Discord right now and like they're buddy reading it for the month of June. I think the buddy read starts, I want to say like the 12th, maybe it ends the 12th, but there's like breakdown of chapters and it's happening by day, and so it's like this big read along. A lot of us have been reading it sooner because we can't stop ourselves from reading it, especially like how bingeable this is. Like, it's just a very quick and easy read. The writing is very easy to read. I love it so much. It's so good. So that's what's going on with me. Like I said, it's Monday, so I'm actually supposed to be reading the rest of Jade City. I have 6 hours left. I'm currently on page 84. I have to finish this by Thursday evening. Our live show is at 6:15. So I think this video will be up on Thursday, so before the live show. So if you've read Jade City or you're reading Jade City and you want to come hang out, the first half of the live show will be spoiler free. The second half, full spoilers. It's on Daphne's channel because it's for her book club. It's also going to be co-hosted by Eliza and Meredith. So this is like the big goal. This is like I really gotta read. Austin's home today and I just like heard him open the garage door blasting music. So yeah, I just really wanted to update you on Fourth Wing because I'm in love with it and I'm so excited for the sequel. I'm so happy that the sequel is coming out in November and I only have to wait 4 more months, but I will probably reread this before it comes out. The audiobook is really good. A lot of people complained about the audiobook having like throaty sounds, like the narrator was sick or something. I listened to it at 2.5 speed, so I didn't have that issue, but do be warned. It might get a new narrator at some point just because of like the popularity and stuff, but that's kind of the check-in that I want to do. I've got videos to film today. It's a nice sunny day, so I'm trying to get stuff done. I also would like to get some of the house cleaned some more today, and then yeah, that's basically the gist. I gotta film. I'm prepping. I've started planning and prepping for Booktober, so that's really exciting and also really nerve-wracking. So that's cool. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. If you are interested, I will probably check in with you guys at some point today, tomorrow, Wednesday, because I'm uploading this video. There's been like 3 chatty parts this entire vlog, and this vlog is spanned for like 2 months. It's mostly just B-roll, so I'm hoping you're enjoying just like the chill vibes. This is a great background vlog, but I will check in with you guys in a bit. I've got a lot of reading to do today. I've got a lot of cleaning to do. Got a lot of video stuff to do. So it's a busy day. It's a nice, beautiful day. It's a good time. See you soon. Hello. It's significantly later. So I've edited the video up until like today's clips, and I've been really bad at reviewing books. I had in my head that I was going to vlog way more throughout the month than I did in May. And so I didn't talk about any of the books that I read for Escape the Readathon, prompt specifically, and I didn't talk about anything that I read for Asian Readathon. I'm not gonna go like super in depth with any of this, but I do want to get them off my conscience because I don't do wrap-ups. I don't think that they're very fun. I don't get a lot of engagement on them anyway, so there's not really any point in doing them. So I just do them in vlogs because I'm usually... Hey, sir. I'm talking to my friends. But usually I'm really good at vlogging, and so I can actually like discuss about them in live time when it's happening. So we're gonna just kind of like, again, rapid fire, but faster. Books that I have yet not discussed reading that at least have an importance slightly. I read Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads, I believe, but it's more like a 3.5. I rather enjoyed this. It's fantasy, no romance, at least not in the first book. It's a trilogy, I believe. And it is about a forest of souls. It's the shaman born, and being a shaman is like kind of illegal in this world. The queen is like, nah, we don't do magic, people. And she didn't know she was shaman born. And you go on this journey as she's like learning how to use her abilities and stuff. I really liked the familiar aspect. I thought that was so unique. So I would recommend. I'm going to continue with the series. I'm very excited for it. I'm also going off my CAW pile. I actually keep a reviewed column just so I know what I've talked about and what I haven't. I read the finale to These Violent Delights, oh god, Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars as well. It's been a really good reading month for me. I really enjoyed it. I really liked how it ended. I really liked the characters and how everything was playing out. I'm very excited to move on to the next trilogy, kind of connected to it, but not quite in the same, like it's the same world. I don't think it's the same characters, but I'm excited to continue with Chloe Gong. I have been enjoying her work a lot. So that was another 4 stars, and then we continue to some of the Asian Readathon stuff continued. I read The Magic Fish. Oh my god, it was so good. I think I talked about it in a video somewhere, so I'll keep this very brief. I gave it 4 stars. It was, I talked about it in my TBR game for June. It was very sweet. I really liked the cultural conversations that were happening. There was a lot going on in very like short pages, and it's a graphic novel, so I was kind of impressed with how much was talked about. I really liked the fairy tales that were kind of thrown throughout. I really liked seeing this boy not only just accept his sexuality, but like learn to communicate that with his parents, even though the school's like fucking shit. I really enjoyed that. And then, as I was talking about earlier in this video, Bow Before the Elf Queen, I also completed Long Live the Elf Queen. These are the first 2. There's been no news for a 3rd book, but like there has to be a 3rd book because it left off on a cliffhanger, and I am not having a good time. I gave the first one 4 stars. I gave the second one 5 stars. It might be a favorite. I adored it. I loved it so much. They were so fun. The narrators, fantastic job. The story was so gripping. I really enjoyed the romance in it, but I really enjoyed the plot in it. Is this like objectively good? Probably not. I haven't seen a lot of reviews. I can't say, but I had a really fun time. It kept my attention, which has been a really big issue lately. It's been able to grip my attention and keep me engaged, and by the time like I finished the 2nd book, my jaw was on the floor. So I need news for the 3rd one as soon as possible because I'm going to explode. Cool. Next, I read a short fiction, a novella. No, I called it short fiction. It was 67 pages. This is by Jessica Lack, and it is a high school superhero romance. It is gay, which is super fun and cool. I really enjoyed the characters, although they're horny high schoolers, which makes me, an adult, not comfortable. I don't really want to hear about your erection. I will pass. Thank you. Next time, just be in college. You're an intern for superheroes. You manage the hotline. You could have easily been older. That is my biggest issue with the story. They could have been in college instead of high school, and the story would have been the same, if not better, and made more sense. So that was my only issue, is that I'm listening to horny high schoolers, which is like not for me. But I gave it a 3.5 star rating. I did enjoy everything else. I liked the storyline with the boys and how they're treated with the superheroes and all of that stuff. I actually rather enjoyed it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I also read finally Into the Riverlands by Nevo, and unfortunately these just keep getting worse and worse for me. The first one was so good. The second one was all right, and Into the Riverlands was just meh. I didn't care. I had no attention span for it, and it's incredibly short. I just, like, I don't know if I'm going to continue. It just didn't do anything for me. I didn't gain anything from it. There was no connection or spark, and I was just ready for it to be over, which is so heartbreaking. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, right before today's vlog clips, I was reading Whisper Down the Lane for the Literally Dead book club, and I gave it 4 stars, but it's kind of like a hesitant 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I liked the conversations that it was having, but it felt a little long. It wasn't what I was hoping for when I'm hearing about the satanic panic in a story. Like, I was hoping for satanic rituals, spooky demon boys. Like, I was expecting a little bit more in the paranormal realm, which is not what this is. But I did like the conversations about false memories and like false accusation, and we shouldn't trust children. But it was overall like a good time. I enjoyed the experience of it. The main character, although like was a little obnoxious at times, none of the twists like really got me. I kind of thought the end was annoying, especially the villain monologue. The antagonist like writes a letter saying like why they did all this stuff and explain themselves, and then our protagonist ripped up the letter and did not read it, and yet I somehow still had to listen to the entire villain monologue. I was angry. That part pissed me off. So it's more like a 3.5, but I rated it 4 because I did enjoy the rest of the book. But that, oh, I hated that. I hate it. Continuing on, I read Orange Volume 1. I gave it 4 stars, not quite a 5, but I did immediately order the second and the finale. The second book is the Volume 2 in the compendium, and then I ordered the, like, future, which I hear it's, like, not necessary, but I can't help it. Orange is about a girl in high school who gets a letter from herself in the future, 10 years in the future, and it's a play-by-play of events that happen up until an accident that happens to a new kid at the school, and she is trying to stop that accident from happening, and it's really heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. I'm really intrigued to see how it ends and where it goes. I'm expecting heartbreak. I've heard great things about Orange though, so I'm happy I finally have read it, and I'm excited to continue and finish it up. Okay, we're almost at the end, guys. We're doing great. I've got 4 more to talk about. So, How to Keep House While Drowning. This is a nonfiction. I feel like I've discussed this somewhere too. Anyway, this is a nonfiction for those who are neurodivergent with ADHD that have problem cleaning, and the stress one might put on themselves, the expectations one might put on themselves, the issues of actually getting tasks done, and it just reframed a lot for me. This is a book that I am going to listen to time and time and time again because it's something that I really need to hear and remember until like it's committed to my brain. It's really important for me to know these things and not see myself as something that's just not factually true, because my brain just doesn't work how it should, and like I should find ways to work with that rather than like not. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Continuing, Milk and Honey. Oh my god, this poetry collection's bad. This is like 2014. I could write better poems than this, and I don't remember how to write poetry. Like, it is so cliche, it is so simple, but I did give it 2 stars because I could resonate a lot with the author's experience and what the poems were about. Like, I've been through a lot of the same things, and I think if I did read this on my Tumblr era, 2014, 2015, like, when it was really popular, I think I would have been a big fan and been like, oh, this is revolutionary, so good. But now that I'm a bit older and I've read more things, it just wasn't good. And then we've got 2 more. We've got the Atlas 6. I finally read it. I gave it 3 stars. It was really underwhelming. It's much more character focused than I was in the mindset for. I did not care about anything. Libby was the main character, and it was very obvious from the start that she was the main character, and her little love triangle was like the biggest of the plot, and I just didn't care. Like, I liked Libby as a character, but I could not care about anything that was happening. I was really interested in the actual plot of, like, magicians duking it out for a spot to be guardian of the Library of Alexandria, and that just, like, isn't what it was. And I was a little bit underwhelmed. But I will be continuing on. I didn't think the writing was bad. I liked the characters, just I didn't like them enough, and this book was just too long. So that was a bit of a shame. And finally, we've got Sweet and Bitter Magic. I like this. I think I liked it. I'm giving it, I believe, 4 stars. No, I gave it 3 stars. I gave this 3 stars. This is a sapphic young adult fantasy where we're following a witch and a source, and they are kind of teaming up to defeat the big bad, but the big bad is not who they think it is, and romance blossoms. This is a standalone, which I really appreciated. I really enjoyed the characters, their banter. I liked the plot. It was entertaining enough, but it just wasn't like there was no wow factor. Like, it was just an average book, and I had a great time, but it wasn't like a great time. It was just like that was a nice 6 hours or whatever. No, it was 4.5 hours. So it was a good 4.5 hours. I had a great time at work listening to it, but it wasn't anything that, like, knocked my socks off. So I gave it 3. We did it! Woohoo! I'm so sorry. I will be better at vlogging. This video will be wrapping up this week, so we're great on that. But yeah, June was, nope, it's May. May was so busy. And I just had a lot of, like, things going on, and then reading stuff going on, and I was just like a busy little bee. So I'm glad to be caught up and done with reviewing. Thanks for hanging out at my wrap up. Yes, I'll check in later, probably, maybe. I'm editing right now, so probably not, but that's what's going on with me. I just wanted to get this wrapped up and updated, so we were back on track for the rest of the year. Good morning, guys. How are we doing? It is Wednesday, so it's gonna be the last day of the vlog, and honestly, I don't know how much vlogging I'm going to really get done, because oh my god, I'm still tired. I'm reading I have to finish this today. I have to read all of this today. So this will be kind of like my big to-do, but this is going to be in a separate video. So we don't have to worry about that, which is great. As for what's going on with me, what have I recently read? Do I need to talk to you guys? No, we're doing good. I haven't finished a book since Fourth Wing. I worked yesterday. It was kind of brutal. I'm just not doing super well with the whole, like, working thing right now. It just feels like a bit of a waste of my time, but I haven't finished a book since Fourth Wing. All reading feels really intimidating, like nothing is going to be good, which really worries me when reading a book like this, where I'm like, it's not gonna be Fourth Wing. But I've allowed myself some time this morning to content plan and work on things of the like, plan some of my reading so that I can get ahead of some of the reading vlogs that I have planned. but I wanted to give you guys a little mini haul of some books that I'd gotten. I know I'm on a book buying ban, but I justify it with the fact that I like continuing with series if I really like them, and also I buy books primarily if I've read it and I really like it and I want it on my shelves, or if I have absolutely no access to it anywhere, aka there is no audiobook in existence, or even the ebook doesn't exist. So about a couple things. I also pre-ordered Early Sager. Man, that guy. I pre-ordered his book because the wait list for the audiobook at the library is like several months wait. And I can't wait that long because it's a book club pick. So I pre-ordered his book at full price. I got it on Amazon though. It was like $23. I'm a little upset about it, but it's fine. I've also got Orange Volume 2, and then I bought Orange the Future. This one came out like a while after, and it's kind of like a giant epilogue, but I'm very excited to continue and finish this. I read Orange in May, as you know, for Asian Readathon, and so I'm really excited to finish and continue and see where it goes. I'm expecting heartbreak, but I'm really excited for it. And then I also got Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. I have wanted to read this for so long. I think In the Ravenous Dark was their second release. I think this was their first, maybe? There's no audiobook of this anywhere. I cannot find the ebook anywhere. Granted, I don't really like ebooks too much anyway, but I desperately really want to read this. It's got apparently really good asexual representation, and so I really wanted it for that purpose. But also, I believe it's horror, or at least horror adjacent. I believe it's also YA. That I'm not sure about. Yeah, I don't know Squarefish. But I really wanted to read this, so if possible, I would love to read this in June. I don't know if that'll happen just because I have a very large, overwhelming TBR. But if I can get to this, I really, really would like to, because I've had my eye on this book for years now, and I just really would like to get this read. So, yeah, that's my little mini haul. I haven't bought a lot of books, which is great. Oh my goodness. I've just bought necessities. So yeah, those are the books that I've recently purchased. And then I have reading to do today, content stuff to do today. I want to tidy up the house a little bit, especially like this side of my office. I would love to get tidied up. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I'm really tired. I have coffee though, so it's okay. But yes, I'm gonna plan some content, some reading. It's been a lot of fun trying to figure out how I'm going to read all of the books in the next 3 months in preparation for Booktober. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of stress, but I think I've got it worked out, at least so far. So we'll see. I'm excited though. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys a bit later, probably when I have something to update you on. I did it! I read it. I finished it. It is 10:33 p.m. I have finished the book, which is exciting. I'm going to read the interview in the back and then call it done. So that's it for this video. We done did it. I'm having some stroganoff dinner. I'm going to edit the last portions of this vlog. It is going up Thursday, so if you're seeing this the day that it's out, 6:15 PST, 9:15 Eastern, and 11:15, I want to say like Central Australian. I'm not entirely sure which Australian time zone Meredith is in, but at that time we will be having our Jade City live show over on Daphne's channel. I will leave a link to her, of course, down in the description, as well as the other co-hosts. But if you read the book and you want to come hang out with us, you should totally do that. If not, totally fair. I get it. You do you. But that's it for this very long monthly, technically 2 month reading vlog, and it was mostly a wrap up. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless and had a good time. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!